Good morning once again. Ale, we had a problem. Apologies. Honorable Jared here and most of NASA supporters are saying, their demonstrations have been largely been peaceful, especially in the coastal city of Mombasa. So why has the government or the security docket banned these demonstrations in all these counties? And why are they subjecting the people of Mombasa also to this ban?
A very good morning, Yusuf. Thank you so much. And first of all, I would want to congratulate Honorable Jared Okello for having made it at last. I know in last parliament he was in court almost for 5 years, and he has now made it. Tell him pass my regards and congratulations. And also to his colleague. First of all, Honorable Okello, I think, is a lawyer, and I would want him to read the Constitution in his holistic form, because he's talking about Article 37, and he's not talking about Article 24, which has limits of rights and fundamental freedoms. And I want, when he goes back to the office, he should refer to that article unless he's avoiding it intentionally, where when you enjoy your rights and fundamental freedoms by as an individual or as a group of people, you don't prejudice rights and freedoms of others. The Public Order Act is just a very simple act of parliament that talks about public order. What it talks about is order. This purpose of demonstration. The law definitely, and most of the Constitution, gives you the right under Article 37 to peacefully demonstrate, to picket, and even to present a petition to whoever you want to present the petition to. But this does not mean that you go prejudicing rights and freedoms of others. Okello is saying that demonstrations have been peaceful. Just a day ago, we had demonstration in Homa Bay where an officer was beaten, his gun snatched, and banned, which is something that is serious because as a nation, I would want to remind Okello that we members of the police are not politicians, and that we don't support any group, in the sense that we only have a simple responsibility to preserve, to protect people's lives and to protect their properties. That is basically our duty. And therefore, it cannot be one-sided that you disrupt other functions of the country, and then you say you are peaceful. If you are peaceful, you should remain peaceful. I remember in his constituency, some demonstrators went and burnt 24 kiosks for women in his constituency in Ahero. Is that a peaceful demonstration? So what I'm saying is that they should know that we in the police are not competing for any political seat. We are there to provide security to everyone and to ensure that we protect individual properties.
I'm sure you've been observing the situation in Mombasa. The demonstrations there have been largely peaceful. So one might ask, why ban the demonstrations in Mombasa as well?
Oh, the demonstrations in Mombasa were not banned. What we banned was demonstrations in the CBD, out of what has happened before. People blocking the roads, people interrupting business, and so on. You ought not to do that. And what if the purpose of public order is to control and ensure there's order in everything that we do. So they could have their demonstrations in Mombasa, but not necessarily the CBD. That's what we have said should not happen.
One final question, Mr. Owino. NASA is saying that the demonstrations has been largely peaceful, but what is causing the problem is some group known as the Nairobi Business Community. What is the police doing about them?
I want to ask him another question, still referring back to Homa Bay and Kisumu. Did we have Nairobi Business Community in Homa Bay and Kisumu? And if somebody wants to claim there's Nairobi Business Community, I think there are very many in the street. The NASA people are very many in the street. I would request you, there's private right to arrest. Why don't you just arrest one of them and bring to us and tell us you are denying this is one of them?
One final question. This will be the final question now, Mr. Owino. Why has the police remained silent about a certain driver who plowed, knocked some NASA demonstrators in the CBD, right in Nairobi?
Today alone, or yesterday, or last week, we have had so many murders in Kenya. You have not seen us going to the screen saying this is what we have done. A lot of work that we do, we don't come telling you unless you ask us. But for any cases, we would treat it like because there are too many, there are about two issues. We must find out, was that person malicious? Why was he running away? Why did he hit the people in case he did it? And then from there, we will be able to give you a report on what has happened. Remember, even if you kill someone and we have seen you, we will still arrest you and take you to court. We will not penalize you in the public court.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Charles. Of course, I'm going to pose that question to Honorable Jared.